Filming it up there on Martha's Vineyard. And if you know that in New England, the water's cold in May, and that's when they filmed it. So people were like, were you afraid of the shark? No, I was afraid of freezing my 12-year-old ass off. Because they filmed it before the summertime even got there. So that's how you sign up to be in the movie and got in it, but it was fun making the movie.
Going into the audition was not to crap my pants. And I don't know, I might not have succeeded, but I still got the role. So.
I mean, too, are you cognitive that you're doing this, or are they just like treating you like a pet? You're like, go this way.
Yeah, well, after studying at Juilliard for my first year, the second year was a breeze. Yeah, no, actually, I have zero memory of the audition. I think my mom said I was just really precocious and I took direction well, or they beat it out of me. I don't know. But I think Mary Lambert, the director, really liked me and saw potential. And I know the studios really wanted to get twins. A lot of times, especially the younger kids the more they want to film with twins because of the legality of filming on a set. You can't have kids on set for so many hours depending on like their age group. So they get twins because they can get more work out of them per day. They have more energy and whatnot. And Mary Lambert really fought for me, supposedly, because the studio wanted to insist on twins, and she said she thought she could get the performance of twins out of me. So that was lucky, yeah. Script itself kind of conveyed what needed it. I don't think he needed to like talk to me about, portraying the character, honoring the character to his vision properly. Because I think there's only a few scenes where I'm kind of like possessed and I'm just attacking. I don't think I have any like Freddy lines or anything I had to nail in that regard. But I tried to be as menacing as possible, I guess.
Audition, and I was 15. I had just turned 15, and so I think I saw it right after like I turned 16. We had a showing, and my parents at that point, I mean, I was going to like Rocky Horror Picture Show conventions and stuff as like 5, 6, so they were like, do it, whatever, watch it, check it out. I mean, it is very strange. It was very strange, I remember, to like see myself and be there with everybody, and I was like, this is so bizarre. It just happened. So, but yeah, 16. Yeah.
I was 13 when we actually filmed the movie, and I brought my entire 8th grade class to the opening. And it was definitely jarring because the first penis I saw was my own penis. So that was definitely interesting.
You too?
Seeing that. I can't. Yeah.
I feel so conflicted now. Okay.
For the first time.
Jeffrey, what about you?
Well, I was 12 when they filmed it, and came out the year later, and we just went on Martha's Vineyard, Amity Island. The movie theater burnt down, so the movie theater was above the little town hall, so we all went in to watch that, and it was fun watching it, because all the little scenes in that movie, okay, they go around this corner, you're supposed to be in this town, and also you're in Gay Head or Vineyard Haven, but no, it's fun watching it, but you knew everyone in the movie. It's like, oh, all your friends are out there. It's like, oh yeah, this is where you were getting eaten by the shark, and you screwed up so many times, and we froze our asses off while you went into a nice warm dressing room and warmed up, and we had to wait 6 hours for all that blood to clear out of the water. So after, the age of 13, we all went down to watch it. It was fun because you knew everyone in the movie.
I think I had seen clips of scenes that I was in when pretty young, so I wasn't too freaked out watching my own stuff. I think I was about 12 before I sat down and watched the whole movie, for Pet Sematary at least, from start to finish. And yeah, it was weird because I knew pretty much what it was about, but it was a new experience, and all the Zelda scenes really got to me because I wasn't there. I knew about it, but I wasn't there for the filming of that, so even though I was so little, like the stuff I was in, I had like a vague memory of it when I saw it, so it wasn't entirely unfamiliar. But Zelda freaked me out for a few years, for sure, after that. Exactly, yeah.
And it's like, goddamn, that's Lee Fierro sitting down there. It was in the spring before it's at Madhouse. And it was her, some lady I didn't know, and it's just like 2 or 3 tables. So I told the waitress, I got this table. And I went down, okay, ladies, what can I, and I stopped. I go, I'm gonna ask you a really personal question. Tell me to go away if it's a little too strange. And she recognized me, I could tell, but she just went along with it. And she's like, oh, what? And her friend's like, what the hell's this guy talking about? And I was like, do you believe in reincarnation? Because I think I died years ago, and you look like my mother in my previous life. And her friend's like, what the hell? And another table heard that, and they're looking over like, what's this guy talking? And then all of a sudden, Lee Fierro was like, oh my God, I had a son that died back in the 70s. She goes, how'd you die? I go, it was in the ocean. She goes, did you drown? I go, no, I think it was eaten. She goes, was it a shark? I go, I think it was. She goes, oh my God, you're my son. She gets up and hugs me, and her friend's about to lose bladder control, I think, and she finally had to turn around and say, hey, we were in that movie together years ago. She was a sweet lady.
You know, I've said this to a bunch of people that have come up to my table. I really thought that like nobody was gonna see Trick or Treat. It wasn't released in theaters. I thought it was just gonna sort of die and like nobody was gonna ever watch the film. So the fact that people have really connected with the movie, and especially with Rhonda, is wonderful and just amazing. And I'm always so happy to hear that like, you know, that I portrayed the character in a way that was relatable to others and made it feel like something that wasn't being overdone or done in a way that was like disrespectful or something. So it means so much, and so it's, you know, it's awesome, bizarre.
Yes, thank you for that question. You know, you just, it's definitely amazing, and it certainly feels wonderful to meet so many great people like earlier. Portraying Angela makes me feel good because I always say I feel like each of us have a piece of Angela in us. Like we've all felt awkward or insecure or perhaps like an outsider. So I embrace it, and I almost feel like she's a child of mine who I raised up, and I just thank all of you for being here, really. A lot of gratitude for it, thank you.
That's something that so many Jaws fans and stuff that at first I used to hide from it. I lived on that island, you get Jaws tours, people coming down, and for years I would stay away from it. And then over the years, people would come in, they travel all the way from England just to come down to see where they filmed it. And then so finally I started doing some interviews and some signings, and like you get like a couple weeks ago, the Amity Jaws Club, and they got to 10,000 members, and they wanted me to do an interview. So it's just things like that. It's like you got so many Jaws fanatics out there, and it's, you know, it's fun. They come down from all over the world to Martha's Vineyard to see where they filmed it. And I have a little restaurant and bar, and some people from England came in, and it's like, oh, he's not here, and they're like, he's off island. And we came all the way down, and that's when they finally said, just get on Cameo, so if you're not here, you can do a cameo for him. But it's just crazy where, you know, this year, over in Europe, it's crazy, because I always tell them I'll do 4 or 5 signings a year, and this year, 1 in England, 1 in Germany, because like the cameos, if you hear your phone beeping at 4 in the morning, it's someone over in Europe wants something. But there's a lot of Jaws fanatics out there.
It never ceases to amaze me. I kind of feel like maybe I have imposter syndrome because I was so little. Like getting to come across the country and meet so many cool people and do events like this. It's incredible. And you know, I did other stuff besides horror, but just seeing how diehard the horror fan base is, that this exists, and it's incredible. I'm so happy to have been a part of it, and I appreciate that everybody enjoyed what we did.
Well, as a quick note, I'd just like to say I have seen all 4 movies, and I'd have to thank all 4 of you for scarring me for life.
Anytime.
Good, I didn't even think to take but I also have the original script. In our we did a table read of the script like early on, and I remember Michael Dougherty told me that he said, "You're too personable, like you're too friendly with people. We don't want you hanging out with the other kids. We want you to know what it feels like to get rejected, to be alone." And so he was like, "All of us are gonna go to lunch. You're gonna stay here." And I was like, "God, this sucks." Man. But I think I wrote on the script something like, "Learn how to be rejected, get it down so that I can be included." But it was a helpful lesson. I felt rejected. Thank you very much, Michael. Yeah, that's my only moment.
That's terrible.
Oh no, it was good. Yeah, so I have like stopped acting relatively, and I'm always open to the opportunity to coming back. I feel like it's such a gift and a privilege. And I was commenting with someone here that like the last few years, it felt really like I was walking into every audition with like, "I need this to live. You are paying for me to eat." Like, I just had so much pressure, and nobody wants to watch that. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to see somebody who's on the brink of breaking down when they're supposed to be like happy and having a good time. So I just thought it was best to sort of take a step back, and I've been working. I actually work in the financial services in New York, and that's what I've been doing for the time being. But I'm always open to coming back and would love to have the privilege and honor to do so. So it means so much that you're a fan, and thanks so much for saying that.
Have the same career, so
Yeah. Nice. With Anna Paquin and where they transform into werewolves, I loved the costuming and hair and makeup in that film, and I thought that was always such an amazing transition that they did. So I have mad respect for the hair and makeup department on set, and so I always thought that was the coolest scene. I just loved watching that when I was a teenager.